Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and today, well, I have a sway bar, and I need to clean it up. So, yeah, let's get to it here. So, what I'm using is a wire wheel on my grinder here. Now, I couldn't find my actual safety glasses, so sunglasses are going to work out, and to be honest, it'll help with not sneezing because of the sun. I'm very susceptible because of my very blue eyes to the sun. So, anyways, let's see what we can come up with here. That is scary, to be honest, with no guard on it, but my guard doesn't fit with this, so I know it's fine. It's not going to like fly off or anything. Like, yes, the bristles might fly, but it's still a frightening prospect. Later, just wait for that to stop spinning, and there we go. So, not too bad, honestly, and it's not even that warm in the grand scheme of things. I want to get the underside of this, and then I will, now the fun part is trying to get this to balance here, without doing that. We have fun here, we have fun here. But yeah, so this, if you don't know, is a GT rear sway bar for my Mustang. I've had it for a little while. Actually, shout out to my buddy Bill, who actually donated me a bunch of parts a while back, and this was part of it. I have a front one as well, but I don't need to put it in the car because I think the front ones were the same, regardless if you had a GT or if you had a 4-banger or an inline 6. So, because they kind of look like it, but I mean, I should have brought it home to compare, but oh well, that's not a big deal. So, this will help out the handling quite a bit too on the car. A lot less body roll with this puppy. Now, I wish it was thicker, don't get me wrong, but don't look a gift horse in the mouth, right? I was waiting for that. Alright, so let's flip it upside down now. And get this done. So I don't know if this video is going to be actually one continuous shot or not. I mean, when I get to painting it, it won't be, but you know, but I guess you guys will find out depending on the length of the video. So I want it like that, yeah, because I want to get it on can I get it like that? Alright, I think that'll work. Yeah, okay. Let's try. Worst case scenario, it falls again, it's not the end of the world. Oh yeah, no, that's gonna fall. Yep. As soon as I touched it, as soon as I touched it. I don't want to damage my deck with the wire wheel, because it definitely will if you let that just drop on the deck. Alright, well, let's figure this out. Well, this is nowhere near perfect, but to be honest, I'm starting to lose energy very, very quickly. And yes, should I just continue on and try and do this? I should, but instead, I am just sending it, and we're gonna prime and paint it right now. Now, will this paint last very long? No, it's gonna be under the car anyways, so who cares? So I have some trim clad. I have flat black for the actual paint. Then I have the gray primer. So there's not a lot of this primer left, but hopefully there's enough to at least get one, if not two coats on here. Oh, shoot. Come on. Please don't run out. Oh, it's almost empty. I guess I'm only gonna get one coat. That's okay. Now, it's really funny that I'm doing all this, because this is going to be underneath the car and you'll never see it. But I want to make sure that it's at least decently protected. But again, It's not like it was fatigued at all, but just all that scale rust. I didn't get rid of it all, but I got rid of the bulk of it, so. Alright, that's empty. So now, gonna let that dry for a little bit, and then I'll spray it with a flat black. Alright, now for the flat black. Again, this is creme clad, and honestly, I love using creme clad paints, because they're actually pretty good. And they last quite a while. But again, like, is this gonna last a terribly long time? No, because I didn't do the best job cleaning up, but that's okay. So this will match my strap brace. Not that it really matters because, well, this is in the back and you're never really going to see it. Unless it's like on a lift or something like that. Although it's looking pretty decent so far. But once it dries, that's when we'll know if this will come out good or not. All right. And one little spot that I couldn't see. And I think I bought this paint for Buzz when I still owned her. Although not the primer though. The primer I've had for quite a while. Okay, there we go. That's one successful coat. Now just let that dry. And then I'll throw in, I think, one or two more coats because the black's getting a little low. And then I'll clear coat it. Alright, that second coat is now dry. So, the one thing is, I did a coat without actually filming it. Running out of space on my phone. And, well, I didn't think you guys needed to see it, to be honest. So, now, the clear coat. Which, this is a gloss clear, so it'll actually be shiny. Even though it is flat black paint. It's on here. And is this gonna look the prettiest? God, no. But, doing everything I can. You know, to make it look a lot better than it was. Now, it's funny, because this video was actually going to be how you can remove, like, surface rust or scale rust with basic household items, but I realized I was missing one key component of that, and I didn't feel like going to the store to pick it up, which is If my brain will work here, tinfoil. There we go. And now, because if you didn't know, actually, you can actually remove rust really easily with tinfoil, surprisingly. I discovered this years ago when I was actually removing some surface rust on my bicycle. Because I had, when I was living in Lethbridge, I actually had it out here too. Before I started my YouTube channel, well, that's a lie. I had one video posted by then. It's a 30-second video of a slant 6 running in my dad's old 81 D150 at the time. And, well, that was, I had some tinfoil and I had some Coca-Cola. I looked it up online to see, hey, what can you actually do to make this work, right? And, like, if you don't have any sandpaper or whatever else at home, because I had no money, because I didn't have any employment, I didn't have any income. So I'm like, you know what, let's try this and see what happens. I had a nice Schwinn Beach Cruiser that I love that 3-speed bike. But then I got rid of it a few years ago. Once my car was on the road and stuff like that, I started riding it less and less, and then, well, I started to get more and more issues, and I just decided to get rid of it. Which, it got a lot of money at the auction, to be honest. You know, I think it sold for like $240 at the auction. Or my dad's bike only sold for like 70. But, a Schwinn versus a CCM, big difference, right? But yeah, so this is drying quite nicely. And it's not looking too bad. Like, yes, I was not that good with the paint on this. There's some rough spots, but you do what you do, right? You know, you do what you do. Now, I just want to put one extra layer on top here. And this is actually Krylon, this one. And apparently it dries in 8 minutes. I've only used this once, I think. Actually, twice. I have clear coated the car once with it. Or at least accents of the car, I should say. But, and also stay tuned because, well, if you know, this is just a momentary distraction of what's going on with the car because, well, the head is off the car. If you've seen the video already, that video's been out for a couple days now. So the head's off the car, and then, well, I got the bolt extracted. Thank you, Roy Marco. He is a awesome person, and if you're wondering why you haven't seen any content from him in a while, there's been some tricky stuff with what's been going on with him, unfortunately, and with his like YouTube channel and stuff like that. So he might actually have to start a new channel, but if he does, I'll let you guys know. And because he wants to combine actually his 2 YouTube channels. So he had 2. Right, he had the automotive side and he had the model car side. But now he just wants to make one and combine the 2, which I think is a fantastic idea instead of like branching out. Like, I technically have 2 YouTube channels, but the one other channel does not have a single thing of content on it whatsoever. Because I've thought about making that a gaming channel, and I was gonna make it a gaming channel years ago, but I just didn't do it. Right, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that, and I made it. That's about it. It's connected to this channel here, so yeah. But anyways, so this will dry, and then I got to find some bolts so I can actually bolt this in at some point. But at the very least, you know that's here, and I'm debating on, since I already have this all set up here and the clear coat out here, if I should just clear coat the my strut brace. So instead of it being flat, it'd be more of this gloss, which I think would look a little better. But, I don't know. We shall see how it goes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate every single one of you for watching my content, you know. And I don't expect this video to really take off at all, but you never know, right? You never know. It might do something. Anyways, be sure to check out the description below. There's a couple of sponsors down there. and some other stuff as well. There is my sponsor to Flash Shark Racing, and there's my sponsorship to Last Fit. If you go to those websites, use the discount codes that are in the description, you'll get 15 or 10% off, and depending on the website. And yeah, it's great. It helps me a little bit too. Like, if you're looking for stuff, as an example, like Flash Shark Racing, what's really cool is they're one of the few websites that actually carry the headers for the 200 inline 6. Now, what's interesting though is because I was hoping they were going to have headers for what I'm picking up, which I've hinted at that in the Junkyard Tour video. If you guys have seen that, the previous video to this, go check it out. But yeah, they don't have one, so I'll have to talk to them to see if they can put them in stock so that I can get a header for that truck. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you later. Bye!